Human beings aren't actually rational creatures. We are rationalizing creatures. We are experts at justifying and explaining our bad behavior, faulty beliefs, and bad attitudes. It's never us, it's always them. We're never wrong, we're always right. And if anyone tells us otherwise, even if they come with facts and evidence, we can always rationalize, making sure we never have to face any uncomfortable truths about ourselves or our beliefs. A perfect example of this was Marian Keech from the 1950s. Marian Keech was a charismatic, middle-aged woman living in the Midwest who claimed to be receiving messages from space. She said that she received a message from the planet Clarion, notifying her that on December 21st, 1954, the world would be destroyed by a massive flood. The message also said that flying saucers would rescue her and those close to her prior to the flood. Marian attracted a small but devoted group of followers who zealously believed in her prophecy. They quit their jobs, gave away their money, houses, and cars. They withdrew from friends and family. Some left their spouses. Marian also attracted a group of social psychologists posing as believers. The psychologists wanted a front row seat to see what the members would do after December 21st came and went without Armageddon. The psychologists noted that the group was rather reclusive, shunning publicity. They were confident in their beliefs, but it was a quiet confidence. The group welcomed newcomers, but they made it clear that it was of no consequence to them whether or not they stayed. On December 20th, Marian Keech received a message from the planet Clarion, notifying her that her group would be picked up at midnight and that they should remove all metal from their clothing. The group cut out and removed the metal from their clothing and waited for the inevitable. Midnight came and went without a single spacecraft. The group was depressed. They sat in stunned silence. Then miraculously, Marian received another message from Clarion, which said that there was no longer any need for the flying saucer rescue. The world had been saved from the flood because of the devotion of their small group. Their little group had spread so much light that the God of Earth spared the world. The group was relieved and jubilant. Immediately afterward, the formerly quiet members contacted newspapers and TV stations to talk about their prophecy and why it failed. They made speeches and stood on street corners handing out leaflets. Now they were desperately trying to add members. Why? According to Anthony Pratkanis and Elliot Aronson in their book Age of Propaganda, The Everyday Use and Abuse of Persuasion, after the initial elation, the group experienced some doubts. They had given up a great deal because of their belief in the imminent end of the world. The world had not ended, and they were now devoid of their homes, jobs, and possessions, even a few of them their spouses. How could they be certain that they had done the right thing? How could they convince themselves that their behavior had not been absurd? By convincing others, of course. After their original prophecy failed, the group felt motivated to attract followers as a way of convincing themselves that the sacrifices they had made were not in vain. If they could somehow persuade others that their belief had saved the world, then they could allay their own doubts. In the process, they transformed themselves from believers to zealots. Leon Festinger, one of the social psychologists who had infiltrated the group, proposed his theory of cognitive dissonance for how and why human beings rationalize behavior. Dissonance occurs when a person holds two inconsistent beliefs, ideas, or opinions. The doomsday group was flooded with dissonance when the belief that the world would end on December 21st conflicted with the day coming and going without incident. According to Festinger, this inconsistency in their beliefs is so uncomfortable that people endeavor to reduce the conflict in the easiest and quickest way possible. To do this, they will change one or both of the conflicting beliefs to fit together better. This is particularly true when a person's self-esteem is threatened. In these situations, people will distort, deny, and self-persuade to justify their past behavior. Propagandists use the power of cognitive dissonance to influence people. The rationalization trap is deployed by threatening the self-esteem of those consuming the message. Propagandists can threaten self-esteem in a variety of ways. For example, making a person feel shame or inadequacy, or exposing a person as a hypocrite, or making a person feel guilty. This self-esteem bashing creates dissonance. The propagandist then offers a solution to the dissonance. You can feel better about yourself if you just buy this car, support this war, or give to this charity, or hate that enemy, or vote for this politician. Beware of the power of rationalization.